Okay everybody, hi! Welcome to part 2 of my big surprise reveal, and this one addresses the TBI frequently asked questions that I get a lot, especially off of what all happened from some people that I think just don't understand. So I'm going to try to answer some questions or some things that came up and maybe clarify, hopefully give a little bit more understanding out there about traumatic brain injury, at least as it is in my life. And so the first one is, I realize that drama, the word drama, comes up a lot around, well, I guess me, but traumatic brain injury. And I think when people are desperately pleading for others to understand what they're going through, or for others to understand what they need, or if we need you to slow down, or I think just any kind of dramatic plea, or even just these two videos, part 1 and part 2, seem kind of traumatic or dramatic as related to traumatic brain injury. That's a mouthful. But I hope that I'm just trying to say that instead of thinking that somebody's being dramatic, maybe if they have a traumatic brain injury, think of it as a plea for understanding, and maybe even drastic on their part. At least that's how it feels for me sometimes. And instead of using the word victim, maybe if you could think of it as us being real, saying what's going on with us at the time. That doesn't mean we're being a victim. That means we're explaining what's going on in the moment. And because I don't see myself as a victim, and I certainly don't enjoy drama. It's just that I think when you try to be mainstream and do mainstream things, and you have a disability and others aren't willing to work with that, or they are seeing it otherwise, and for example, I've also seen that people use the word ornery when it comes to dementia patients or Alzheimer's or somebody with a traumatic brain injury. Well, we're not being ornery. We might just be being confused or scared, and again needing that understanding. And it's not us being normal person putting our heels in the sand or drawing a line or being ornery. We probably are confused. And so it's just a twist on thinking. And time-wise, I can't imagine what it's like trying to be patient with us, because I know for me, there is no hurrying for me anymore. I can't tell the brain, think faster. It just doesn't work like that. It's kind of like when you walk into a room and you forgot what you were there for. That happens to everybody. For me, it's every waking moment. I have to think about everything. And if I get interrupted, or if somebody starts trying to hurry me through that, it only makes it worse. It doesn't help. And so I don't know how my future travels are going to go, but I know that when I'm by myself and I can take all the time in the world, and I don't have the interruptions, and I don't have anybody hurrying me, or I don't have a timeline or a deadline, and I can think, it may take me 30 minutes to do something that would normally only be a 2 or 3 minute, 5 minute at the most task, but I get it done. I just can't do it in a normal time frame. And if I skip too much, I have seizures, and that has just really bothered some people. And thank you for looking out for me and for others, but please know that it's not epileptic seizures in nature. In fact, I wish they wouldn't even, that word didn't even apply to it, because they don't even have sudden onset. So there's no danger in me driving, and believe me, tons of doctors and neurologists and neurosurgeons and EEGs and MRIs and all of that confirms that. So there's no worry around that. It's not that kind of seizure. There's hundreds of different kinds of seizures, and mine are they're not sudden onset, and they're not epileptic in nature. So again, everybody, thank you for the ones that are really concerned about that. And I hope you know I just wouldn't do that, and nor would the doctors and everybody involved in my healthcare allow that. So please, let's put that to rest. It's not that kind of seizure. It's the kind where if I start skipping and can't connect the dots, it's kind of like the old 45 and record players. They are, you know, they would skip. So completely different. And I've had a lot of people also, especially in that that blow up on that Facebook group that were like, quit begging and go to work. And believe me, I've been working since I was 12 years old. And yes, 12 years old. My mother lied at that time to the state of California so I could work in a hotel laundry room. And I've been working ever since. I was the first one in my family to graduate high school. And I did that by working three jobs. I'm not afraid of work. I actually wish I could work. I recently just went to a ton of vendors in Quartzsite trying to find something that I could do. And disability allows you to work a little bit, I think. I don't know what it's like since I have a trustee, if that would still apply, but if I could find something I could do, I would do it. And I'm not going to give up on that. But it's difficult when you can't multitask at all. I can't be doing something and somebody interrupt me, or I wish I could. So I need to, if I could work and find a job where I didn't have to multitask and where there's not any noise. I sometimes wear earplugs when I go to the library to use the internet. And that's part of that, not being able to do a second thing or multitask or have interference. And there can't be too much external commotion, and I can do something if somebody gives me something to do in 2 or 3 steps, but I can't carry out something beyond that. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you around that. But just if somebody has a disability, try not to be so quick to judge them and think you know what they should do, because you don't know the pain that we might be going through wishing we could do exactly what you're reprimanding us for not doing. Like I said, I've been working since I was 12 years old. I had a great career. Because of that, I had the IRAs, the retirement, the 401ks, the savings, the house. All of that I lost, but I paid off every single one of my debts, and I had $32,000 in medical bills, and I paid all of that off but $4,000 by the time I couldn't work anymore. And my friends a few years ago set up a You Caring campaign, and I know I'm going to get blasted for that, but they did that. I didn't even know about it. And they raised the final $4,000 after I'd already paid off $32,000 in debt to pay that off. And they did that through You Caring, because it's a deductible donation site. And I'm very grateful for that. And yes, I am doing this GoFundMe campaign that I talked about in part 1 of this video, and I'm not going to ask for help again. If I don't make it this time, I will hang up my keys. I'm not one of those e-beggars or whatever those people were calling me. That's not me. I've worked all my life, and I will continue to. I'm good at finances. That's what my career was. I'm very used to be good at finances. Now I'm not. My trustee takes care of most of my personal stuff, and we have my other best friend that helps with the monthly budget and everything. And I take my money, and maybe I'll do a different video about that, but I take my money and I put it in envelopes, and I spend that way, and that's how we take care of that. I live within my means. Some people thought maybe that we were raising money because I keep spending, and that's not the case. And I'm not out here to travel. I mean, I do get to travel and drive places when I can, and especially with friends, and it's all fun and glorious, and I'm so blessed to be able to do that. But I'm not trying to stay out of a nursing home so I can travel and have a vacation. This isn't a vacation for me. This is a matter of life and death for me. My van is life-saving. I say that over and over, and I'll keep saying it till you guys get it. My van is life-saving. Being out in nature and the peace and quiet, I can think. Have you ever had, I think the best example I can give you is where you've got a word or somebody's name or something right on the tip of your tongue, and you just can't come up with it? Well, that's my world every waking moment. Walk into a room and can't think of what I was there for, can't think of that word, or it took me, I'm at my friend's house, and I have worked 3 days to produce these 2 videos for you, and I typed it all out, and I practiced, and I have a board back behind there that my friend got me, and he and his wife, and I have cheat words on it and everything. None of this is easy for me, none of it, but I do it because I'm determined to not give up. If I give in, I won't even go there. I'm not going to give up. Life is beautiful. Life is infinite. And it might not look like you want it to look for any of us. It might end up being that it doesn't turn out quite like you thought it was. But look at the beauty in my life and how blessed I am and the places I get to see and the people I get to meet. And I'm doing videos now, and I wasn't even supposed to see 2016. So just love, be kind, and just know that if you have questions about somebody's disability, ask them. If they're able to answer it, they will. I would, and I hope I continue to give you a glimpse of what van dwelling is about and what it's like to be out here with a traumatic brain injury. I'm so blessed to have this opportunity and work on my van while I'm here in Texas and see family and friends and go to my doctors and take my dogs to their wonderful vet and get some things done for Nani that she needs done, and life is just really, really good. And we'll see you down the road.